We have a fantastic comedian. She is awesome, and you're going to be seeing a lot of her on TV. She is an awesome comic. How about a big hand for a good friend, Whitney Cummings, everybody!
It's a pretty cool job, but it's kind of weird, Like, I feel like growing up, usually people want to be something really cool for a living, Like an astronaut or a fireman or whatever, Growing up, I actually wanted to be a pina colada, so my mom would pay attention to me. That's my goal. She's a big drinker, man. I remember my first hangover was from too much breast milk. And that was last week. That's weird. Now, I decided not to drink anymore. Drinking never works out for me. Like, I'm horrible at it. Did it ever happen to you? The other morning I woke up after drinking a lot, and I was actually in physical pain. It's like, wait, did I get drunk last night and do Pilates? And all my friends always want to play drinking games. That's their thing. Let's go play beer pong. Quarters. Like, I don't need to play games while I'm drinking. Okay, I'm already playing rock, paper, pregnant. Games. And drinks are always like so fancy, They're always like purple and orange, and every time I throw up, it's like a Jackson Pollock painting in my kitchen. I actually can't drink beer anymore. I recently learned that I'm allergic to wheat. Which is like so stupid. I don't know if you've ever been to an allergy doctor, but this is what happens, okay? The guy sticks 50 needles in your arm. And then he comes in, pulls out one of the needles, and he goes, oh, that needle left a red mark. That means you're allergic to wheat. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to needles. You retard. And that always happens when someone stabs me, okay? I'm also allergic to harpoons and swords. I got that. I'm good. Thanks. I hate doctors, man. I recently had a doctor prescribe me yoga. I went in and I was like faking all these injuries, trying to get OxyContin. You want to get it to me? So, he told me to go to yoga. And I don't know if you guys have ever been to yoga before. Let me explain yoga. Yoga is basically spending an entire hour trying to not fart. That's all it is. I held in a fart for an hour. Guys, I don't even know where it went. You ever lost a fart? It is scary. I think I coughed it out? I don't know. People come out of yoga, they're like, oh my god, I feel so amazing. Yoga is so amazing. That's because you're high on methane gas. Yoga. The worst doctor is the gynecologist, man. That is the worst. Okay, I don't want to be involved in something called a pap smear. Unless I get a free bagel. That I can get behind. Okay? And they make us sit in these contraptions called stirrups. Stirrups? Really? I'm sorry, this is my vagina, not the rodeo. I really don't even think about Seabiscuit right now. No thanks. Apparently my gynecologist thinks he's the horse whisperer. I don't get that. And then he makes you take a urine sample. He comes in with this little shot glass Jello shooter thing. It's like, here, can you go fill up this cup? Like, you mean go pee on my hand for 5 minutes? What do I do with this thing? Just the math doesn't add up. Then he does breast exam. Which for me is just like, he's like, no, turn around. Sorry. It's not really a nipple exam. So pathetic. I have no boobs, man. It's sad. It is sad. Like the other day, I emailed this topless photo of myself to this guy I'm dating. And he got arrested for child pornography. It's not funny. Seriously, my boobs haven't grown since I was a teenager. Okay, like these are the only 2 A's I got in high school. A minus, whatever. Now, I think the cool thing about going to doctor's offices is that you get to like read all these magazines that you would never normally read on your own, you know? Like last time I was there, I got to read Cosmopolitan magazine, which if you've read this Cosmopolitan basically teaches women how to be sluts. That's all this magazine does. There's this article that goes, how to have red hot sex. Like if there's any redness in your sex, you need to call an ambulance. You have an STD, sir. Another one of the articles was how to turn on your guy. He's a guy. Take off a sock. I don't know. It's a pretty short article. There's another one. It's like, for adventurous sex, surprise your man at work for a quickie. I cannot surprise my man at work for a quickie, okay? He doesn't have a job. How to make your man scream in the bedroom. Guys, you are never supposed to scream in the bedroom. That is so freaking gay. Okay, I don't care if Wolfman breaks through the front door and is 900 balls, okay? Fragrances you should wear to lure in a man. Which one of those fragrances are ridiculous, right? They have such stupid names, you know? It's called like Vixen, Goddess. Because they can't name perfumes out for people that actually wear them, right? No one's gonna go and buy a perfume called Cheesecake Factory Hostess. And there's this whole thing on role play in the bedroom. Do people do this? Okay, apparently the most popular role play fantasy is the schoolgirl fantasy, right? You guys love this. Perverts. Guys love this. Schoolgirls, little girls in little knee-high socks, plaid skirt. There's actually a whole website on the internet dedicated to the schoolgirl fantasy online. It's called meganslaw.com. Perverts. And then there's the nurse fantasy, which I don't even know. Like, if I was going to do the nurse fantasy for my man, I would just make him wait in the living room for an hour. I feel like guys should do the nurse fantasy. Because I feel like guys can actually say things that a nurse would actually say, you know? You can be like, okay, now you're going to feel a little prick. That's messed up. You idiots, making us dress up in costumes to sleep with you. Ladies, next time your man asks you to dress up in a costume to have sex with him, go to the bathroom, tell him you're going to slip into something more comfortable, come out in a wedding dress. He will love it. I had a guy do this to me once. I had a guy say to me once, he's like, I want you to be a stripper for me. I was like, you want me to be emotionally unavailable and
to take your money? I've been doing that since we freaking met. I need some body glitter and a crappy sun tattoo, and I'm ready to rock this right now. Let's go. Dead eyes, let's go. I feel like our society is obsessed with strippers. At my gym, there's a class that is called Striptease Aerobics. Get in shape like a stripper. What, is a pimp gonna chase me around the gym for an hour? And I get to do freaking blow? What is this class? I'm in. I'm not an adventurous person like that. A friend of mine said to me recently, she's like, have you ever made a sex tape? Who has time for that, okay? But I feel like guys can make sex tapes, because guys can make a sex tape with some girl from like 10 years ago, because they're emotionally unattached, right? They can watch a sex tape from the girl from 10 years ago and be like, oh yeah, look at my balls. Ugh. You guys love your balls. It's so weird. Like women, we're too emotionally attached, right? If I were to make a sex tape with some guy from like 5 years ago, popping it now, he's like ramming my head through the headboard or whatever, I'd be like, oh my god, I miss him so much. Such a good boyfriend. I'm gonna find him on Facebook.
But it doesn't, like, nothing can prepare you for, like, running into an ex or seeing an ex, I decided, because I recently ran into an ex, and it was the worst thing ever, you know? Like, I saw him at this bar, and, like, I should have known he was gonna be there, you know? Because I followed him there. You know when you run into an ex, even though your life totally sucks, you have to pretend like everything's going great, you know? So I saw him and I was being all super cheery, you know? I was trying to pretend like I'm not a cutter. And then my ex invited me to his wedding. That's ridiculous, right? Like, it's so stupid. Like, everything think I'm pathetic and, like, sad and trying too hard, you know? So I just got a really conservative dress to wear. It's just, like, long and, like, all white. And I have to buy them something. Like, seriously, I do not understand why we have to buy people stuff when they get married and when they have a baby and when they buy a house, right? It's like, I'm sorry, why do I have to buy a present every time you make a mistake? No one got me a present when I bought a neon. I feel like people register for the most obnoxious gifts when they get married, you know? Martini glasses, really? You just got married, you need martini glasses? Hey, why don't you just drink out of the bottle like the rest of us? How about that? A crystal vase? Really? I'm sorry, newsflash. You just got married. You're never getting flowers again. I don't think I can buy you that. Bitch. I just feel like when I get married, I'll only register for things I'll actually need after I get married, you know? Wild turkey, O magazine, and a handgun. That's all I want. I feel like when guys don't want to get married, their excuse is always like, we don't have to get married, it's just a piece of paper. It's not just a piece of paper, guys. It's not. It's about more than that, okay? It's about a diamond. Women don't give a shit about the piece of paper, you idiots. Aww, so stupid. Nice try, though, guys.
My other favorite excuse is, monogamy is just not natural. Yeah, neither are fake tits, but you guys freaking love those.
Marriage is not ending well, though. It's kind of doomed, you know? Do you know, this is a true statistic. Did you guys know that half of all marriages in the United States end in obesity? All my guy friends hate marriage, man. They hate it. They'll be like, marriage is like a prison. Which is not true, right? Marriage is not like a prison, okay? Because think about it. In prison, you get to have anal sex. actually illegal in a couple states. That's crazy that sodomy is illegal. That doesn't make any sense, right? Because think about it, if sodomy is illegal, then what is the punishment for sodomy? Going to prison. More like a reward? You know, like how like a couple who's been dating for like 3 or 4 years, and then the girl starts anticipating that the guy's gonna propose, you know? I have this girlfriend, oh God, she calls me once a week. She's like, tonight's the night he's gonna propose. I know it. I know it. Tonight's the night. Like, you guys are going to see the bucket list. I don't think this is it. Not the night. The guy she's dating, poor guy, man. Every time he leans down to tie his shoe, she's like, oh, I do. She bugs out, man.
Friends who are getting married now, and I have to go to these weddings, and I think that the craziest part about going to weddings is the catching of the bouquet, right? Because women get psycho about it. I went in there to try to catch the bouquet. I got shanked. Because what they say is that if you catch the bouquet, that means you'll be the next woman to get married or whatever. Catch the bouquet. See if one guy talks to you for the rest of the night. It's not gonna happen. Like, I recently had to go to a bridal shower for the first time ever. Nobody told me you're supposed to bring sex toys. I showed up with a teapot like a jerk. And sex toys have gotten crazy. There was one, it was a vibrator with feathers on the end of it. I'm sorry, is that in case you haven't had sex in so long, you can just dust it off? Getting married. I have friends having babies now too, okay? Like, on purpose.
But I'm learning a lot about what happens to women when they get pregnant, you know? Like, I have this one girlfriend who just got pregnant. She told me that she can't lay down on her back for 9 months, you know, because the baby can crush some blood supply or something like that, which I could never do that. You know, not lay down on my back for 9 months. How would I get a job?
Babies, after they have babies, they get really like self-righteous about it. You know, I saw a friend of mine the other day and she had her like baby with her. It was disgusting. And she's like, yeah, I gave birth without any anesthesia. I didn't use any painkillers. I did it the natural way. I was like, okay, so you're loose. Big whoop. Like 6 months ago, and she calls me and she's like, do you want to come over and watch my birth video? I was like, hell yeah, I do. You guys, I went over there. It was the biggest cooter I've ever seen. But it was like Blair Witch Project, like shaky cam. It looked like porn from downtown Baghdad. Did you guys know this? After the baby comes out of there, a whole bunch of other stuff comes out, you guys. A jellyfish flew by. A trampoline came out of there. I swear to God, Jamiroquai came out of her thing, guys. I wonder where he's been. It was like Craigslist exploded. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get birth just so I can find my car keys. Is that
okay? I don't know. I feel like women are obsessed with like marriage and babies. And then guys are obsessed with like sports. Guys, you guys are so obsessed with sports that you can't even just throw things in the garbage normally. You guys have to shoot your garbage like it's an NBA basketball game. And most of you shoot like you're in the WNBA. Okay. And it's not because you don't get it in, it's mostly because nobody's even watching. Women, we don't shoot our garbage, right? No. We sell it on eBay. Other crap. Sports is crazy, man. I've been watching about this whole steroid scandal with sports. Mostly baseball players, though, that they're using steroids, right? Which, like, I don't know, I think baseball players are kind of gross. You know, I feel like all they do is spit everywhere, right? Like, if you're getting paid $1 million a year, the least you can do is swallow. I'll do it for like $5. Football. Football's better. It's more exciting, you know. But I don't understand why people think football is such a macho sport. Okay, it's basically a bunch of guys tackling each other in spandex. If you had techno music, that's gay porn. No. I just discovered MySpace a week ago. I know I'm like 4 years late or whatever, but I got on the MySpace and I found my little cousin on MySpace, you know? Yeah, I discovered that she's a total slut. I'm serious, I added her as a friend and my computer got a virus. And she lies about her age on there to get guys, you know? She's 18 years old, but she lies and says she's 13. That is tacky.
Can someone get me off Facebook, please? Get me off Facebook. I'm obsessed. Are we all on Facebook here? What is it with the updating of the status every 5 fucking minutes? I was on the other day, a dude on my page, it was like, Johnny is eating blueberries. 15 minutes later, Johnny is still eating they're so good. I'm sorry, is blueberries the new code word for semen? Because this is really gay. What are you eating for real? Let's talk. Here's the thing, if you're updating your Facebook status every 5 minutes, you need to get off Facebook and on monster.com and get a job right now. People try to brag with their Facebook updates, right? Megan is so busy. Really, Megan? Really? You just updated your profile 97 times today, okay? You updated 42 photos of your cat in a costume. Really? Here's the thing, before Facebook, we never had to like update our friends on the minutia of our life, right? It's not like I called up a friend and was like, hey, Melissa, I'm thinking about packing. Okay, bye. No one has time for that. I feel like people with their Facebook updates, they try to be like funny and like witty, you know? Like I'd like to see some honest Facebook updates, you know? Like Mark just took out $200 cash and is driving downtown at 3 in the morning. Excuse me? Like to hear more about that, please. Lindsay just made $300 in 15 minutes. I'm listening. I spent a lot of time on the internet. That's what happens when you're a comedian. You just Google shit all day. And I discovered this website that tells you stupid things that people have Googled and how many times they've been Googled by someone in America. This question has been Googled 2.2 million times is it safe to drink my own urine? How much people are like, dude, I really am so thirsty right now, but I just don't know if I should do this. Let me just check with Google to make sure this is okay. Another one that's been Googled like 1.2 million or so many times is, I thought this was charming. Good things Hitler did. Like 1.2 million people like, you know what, I think that guy gets a bad rap. I think people are a little too hard on him. I'm gonna go find out some good stuff that he did. He had good posture. He was nice to white people. My mom just got the internet, and she called me up, and she's like, how do I get email? You know? And I was like, I don't know, right? Just go to like Hotmail or Yahoo or whatever, right? And she did. She went to hotmale.com. So I didn't hear from her for like 4 days. But then she finally emailed me. Her address is patricia@donkeypunch.com.
hit her up. Man. I don't know, I get on the internet because I like get obsessed with looking at like news, so I'm like addicted to news, you know? And I was reading this thing today about how, did you guys hear that, cell phones might be causing cancer, that whole thing, but that has not officially been proven yet. But did you guys read that it was recently proven that those Bluetooth headsets cause gayness? I was also reading this article about, this just fascinates me, how prostitutes in California are trying to unionize. I think this is amazing. Okay, and the first term they want is they don't want to be called prostitutes anymore. They officially want to be called sex workers. Which, I don't know whether, I don't call them prostitutes, I've been calling them crack whores. But the whole thing is that sex is work, you know, sex is a job. Which is not true, sex is not a job, right? No, sex is what you do to get a job. I don't know, I just feel like a prostitute wanting to be called a sex worker is kind of like a stripper wanting to be called a pole polisher. You know. It'd be interesting though, think about it. Like, let's say prostitutes were to unionize, okay? Like, what would happen if they were to go on strike? Like, what would they do? Walk the streets? They do all the time? No. I would like to see that though. Like a prostitute union meeting, you know, that'd be kind of amazing. Like a bunch of hookers in one place bickering at each other, you know? I'm pretty sure we already have that. It's called Flavor of Love. No, I shouldn't talk. I did something kind of slutty recently, guys. I recently had sex on the third date. Of my speed dating. It's tacky. I also went on 2 dates in one night, but it was a total accident. You know, like I didn't mean to double book them or whatever. Like I was initially going out with this one guy on Friday, the other on Saturday, but then I had to reschedule them to the same night, you know? Because I realized that I only had one morning after pill left. That's just math, guys. It's a joke. It's a joke. I actually had 2 left, but I just saved one because the next day I had an audition. One of the dates was with a DJ. Like in LA, DJs are really cool, which I don't understand. I don't understand why DJs are so cool. All they do is play other people's music, right? That's it. That's like wanting to date a valet because he drives a nice car. Doesn't make any sense.
And I fight all the time in relationships and they never work. And women, we're like amazing fighters, right? We're like emotional ninjas, right? But the one tactic we use when we fight that doesn't even work is the silent treatment. That's what I think. Guy pisses us off. He pissed me off. I'm not going to talk to him for the rest of the day. I'm going to show him, right? Ladies, the silent treatment is not a punishment, okay? It is a reward. He's like, oh, thank God she shut the hell up. Oh, I love the silent treatment. I'm going to forget her birthday every year. Ladies, next time your man pisses you off, do not give him the silent treatment. Instead, go Google the most important game of the season, sit next to him during that game, and just ask as many questions as possible. I don't understand. Who's that guy in the striped shirt? Does he work at Foot Locker? Eventually he'll just shoot himself in the face and you win. Do not do that if you're dating Chris Brown, you'll lose. You cannot defeat a woman in an argument. It's never happened before because women never express the emotions we're actually feeling, right? When we're most pissed off, you guys, what do we say? I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine means I'm about to stab you in the neck. Right? Women are very tricky, we're very misleading like that, right? Not only emotionally, also Also, physically, women are misleading. You're like, you go out to a bar, you'll see a girl, she's like 5'7", you take her home, the shoes come off, she's a gnome, right? We are the same way emotionally. And we always express the opposite emotion we're feeling at any given time. And so we do it with other women too, right? One woman hates another woman, the woman she hates walks in the door. I cannot stand her. I hate that bitch. You cannot mess with that kind of crazy. You just can't. I feel like all we want you guys to do is ask us how we're feeling, right? Ask us what's wrong. You finally ask us what's wrong, what do we say? Nothing. What? You've never had a girlfriend. You've never I'm like, what do we say? He's like, I don't know. She's on the internet and not real, so I don't know. It says LOL. They can't talk back through porn. I don't know what they're saying. Usually when we're pissed off at you and don't tell you why, it's because we've snooped through your shit. Cell phone, computer. We found something incriminating, but we can't yell at you about it. Because then we'd have to admit that we snooped through your stuff. So we just silently punish you for like months. Until one day it'll just like randomly come out. You know, you're like, hey babe, you want to go to the California Pizza Kitchen and get dinner? Oh, why? Is that where Julie works? I snoop, I don't give a fuck. Here's the thing about women and snooping. We don't think we're doing anything wrong. Women, because our brains can justify anything and twist anything around, right? So when we're snooping, we don't think we're doing anything wrong. You realize later when we're fighting with you about it, how we've justified it in our head, you know? We're like, what? I was not going through your wallet, okay? I was just cleaning it. You're welcome. I feel like the worst thing we can find a guy's place when we're snooping is jewelry, right? That's the worst thing. But I found how pissed off we get about the jewelry we find in your place is directly correlated to how nice the jewelry is. So it's like a crappy plastic bracelet we find in your place. You guys are screwed. We're like, oh, what? You just love us in brother shops at Claire's? Accessories? Is that it? And then we just name a bunch of stores you guys have never heard. We're like, oh, what is this from Wet Seal? What is this from Spiegel? What is this from Chico's? What is this from Overstock.com? But if it's like a nice, like, silver bracelet, you won't hear a word out of me. I'll just put it on my wrist. You'll never hear from me because I steal. That slut. I do crazy things in relationships, man. I like to play a little game like 3 months in. It's called, let's go through your cell phone and delete the contacts I don't like. That's when I get to go through your phone. You gotta tell me who every girl is in your cell phone and I decide if I freaking like it or not. It goes something like this. Lindsay? Sounds like a slut. Delete that. Movie phone? Yeah, it's a slut for sure. Mom, whore, disgusting. Here's the thing, the first couple months of a relationship, we never get any sleep. Let me tell you why. Because in the first couple months, we try to create the illusion that we're like perfect. We get really like, we try to like, you know, think it matters. So there's a couple things that happen in the first couple months of a relationship that never happen once we have you like locked in. And you'll know we have you locked in because that's when we start wearing our hair up. In case you didn't notice. As soon as we know we have a guy, the hair's in a ponytail every day. Every fucking day. Okay, one thing we do the first couple months into a relationship is when I first start staying at a guy's house, I will wake up at 6 in the morning, sneak into the bathroom, put on a full face of makeup, sneak back into bed like I fucking going to prom. And here's the trick is you can't get makeup on the pillowcase, so you gotta just fucking lie there and pretend like you're sleeping, you know what I mean? And it's like, the guy wakes up and he's like, what the fuck happened to your face? All that shit on your face. Here's the irony. Guys don't care. Like, you guys, when you wake up in the morning, before your eyelids open, you have an erection. It doesn't, you don't even know what's in the bed next to you. It could be the dog, it could be Steve Buscemi, you don't care. You wake up just needing to fuck something. Like, what is wrong with you? It doesn't matter if we're wearing eyeliner, like it just doesn't matter. Another thing in the first couple months that goes down, I don't even know how to say this with any class, but I thought I'd start being classy now. In the first 3 months we're dating a guy, we do not take a number 2. It basically does not happen. It's impossible, because we like to think that you don't think we do that, and so we have to sneak around. I have woken up at 2 in the morning, sprinted to a 24-hour Rite Aid, taken a shit, sprinted back into bed, and then I have to get up in 4 hours to put my makeup on, so I'm fucking exhausted. You ever notice the first couple months we just kind of disappear for 10 minutes every now and then? Oh, I'm gonna go get a latte, I'll be right back. And we have to sprint to a hotel lobby down the street. That's why we're such crazy bitches. We need to take a dump. That is what I am. You guys say, what's up your ass? A turd from a month ago. That's what. I hate cheap guys, that's my thing. I always had a guy ask me on a date to go get coffee. He's like, hey, do you want to maybe go get some coffee later? I was like, yeah, sure. You know they have really good coffee? Morton's Steakhouse. And then I'm such a jerk. I go on the coffee date, of course, at 4:30 in the afternoon, and I go to the counter, and I order my tea. It was $1.70 or something, and I go to pull out my wallet, and he goes, no. I got it. 7 quarters, really? Got it? I always date cheap guys. I had a guy once who would only call me really late at night, 10, 11 o'clock at night. And all my girlfriends oh, he's booty calling you. He's totally booty calling you. No, it turns out he was just using his free nights and weekends. That's how I roll. Women are cheaper than men though, right? It's not even that we're cheap, we just never expect to pay for anything. So much so, we have mastered the art of something I like to call the pump fake, right? Which is when the bill comes to the table, we'll just stick our hand in our purse and we'll just move it around for as long as we have to. Until you guys sign the check. We're not grabbing anything. We're just open hand, getting stabbed by pencils. Oh my god, a gummy bear! If it's a clutch, we'll just finger bang it as long as we have to. Stuff too. I recently noticed that every guy I have ever known, somewhere in his house or apartment, has a jar full of coins. What the hell is this? The last guy I dated, I was like, oh, maybe he collects coins, or maybe that's his laundry money. No, that was his bank account. What are you, a pirate? I don't understand. Another thing guys will go into the bathroom, and before you even hear them start their business, you just hear this noise, ready? What the hell is that noise? Did he just get sucked into Narnia? Is that your balls? Another thing you guys do is guys will just throw stuff at us. Just expect us to freaking catch it. Every time I'm dating a guy and I can't find my keys, I'm like, oh honey, let me look for my keys. Hold on, I'll turn. The keys will be flying at my face. Like a ninja star, you can't throw keys. Another thing, guys love road trips. What is this? Every time I'm in a relationship with a guy, he's like, hey, do you want to go on a road trip? No. Absolutely not. I think it's because guys love to search for things. It makes you feel manly to go out and explore, right? But how about instead of going to Mount Rushmore, how about you find my G-spot? Once. Just once. Just one time, and then we can go to Niagara Falls. How about that? Men need to rescue women. We just need a man to rescue us. We need the white knight. What? A guy on a horse is gonna rescue me? Last time I saw a guy on a horse was in Brokeback Mountain, okay? I don't think that guy's gonna rescue me. He might rescue my brother. Redecorate my apartment. play Xbox all day long, right? If you guys play Xbox all day long, that is the only box you will be playing with for a very long time. Guys in LA are what you call metrosexual, right? I went out with a guy the other night. He ordered a salad. I'm sorry, if you're ordering a salad as your appetizer, your main course is a cock. I'm sorry, little semen balsamic dressing on that, no fucking way. Guys in LA, they shave everything too, right? Their back, their butt, their balls. Look, I don't want to feel like I'm having sex with Elijah Wood, okay? Grow it out, guys. Don't shave your balls. Do not do it. Let me tell you why. It leaves razor burn. You know what that looks like to me? Herpes, okay? It's very confusing. Not that it's ever stopped me, but I'm just saying. Guys in LA are like strong. They're not like rescue types. I recently dated a guy who was in therapy. Oh yeah, date a guy in therapy. Watch what happens. He'll try to start psychoanalyzing you with his therapy stuff. I dated this guy and he's like, "You're afraid of intimacy." And I was like, "No, I just don't want to sleep at your house because you're 41 years old and you have a roommate. And you wear Crocs with shorts and go tanning. Maybe that's why I'm afraid of intimacy, because you're afraid of employment. What about that?" I went to therapy one time in my entire life, and this lady, the therapist, all they do is ask you the same question. You're like, blah, blah, I'm crazy. And they're like, how does that make you feel? You're like, because I'm crazy and this happened when I was a kid. How does that make you feel? I don't know, maybe I should take this $150 and buy a parrot. Women want romance, that's our thing, right? All women want romance, but the irony is that if you guys were to do anything that's traditionally romantic in 2009, it would totally backfire, right? Like, what's romantic? For example, carrying a woman up the stairs, that's romantic. I'm gonna sweep her off her feet, I'm gonna carry her up the stairs. If you guys do this, you better make sure you don't so much as freaking wince. Go to the gym, make sure you can lift her weight. Because if there's like a... if there's like a... oh man, you're so screwed. Oh, it's over. What, I'm fat? Is that it? I'm fat? You can't carry me up the stairs, is that it? George Clooney could have carried me up the stairs. Ruben Studdard could have carried me up the stairs. I don't know, man. Do you guys want to know what's romantic? Guess? Do you want to guess, Blue Shirt? No? Do you want to guess, Santa Barbara? Well, I'll tell you what's romantic. Twilight. Who has seen this movie? Yes, one girl, don't lie. Here's the thing about Twilight. I did not want to see this movie. I just came across it. I was on a flight. I was like, oh, whatever, this looks stupid. 10 minutes in, I'm crying. It's so romantic and so sexy. Guys, do not let your girlfriend see this movie. She will leave your ass after the movie. The guy I was dating after I saw this movie, perfectly nice guy. I sat him down after it was over and I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. He's like, why not? I was like, I don't know, I kind of need to date someone who can fly? Someone who has diamonds in their face? Can you do that for me? Here's the problem with this movie, is it basically proves that women have a bad boy complex, because the vampire says to her in the beginning of the movie, he's like, I want to kill you. I want to suck your blood. She's like, it's okay, I trust you. Guys tell us exactly what's wrong with them. I'm married, I'm in debt. It's okay, I trust you. You can live in my apartment. I don't know, man. I got obsessed with the idea of dating a vampire. It is so sexy, it is so romantic. Here's what would be so amazing about dating a vampire is you would always have the upper hand, right? Like you'd be driving along and you'd be like, you know, I feel like I want to see other people. You'd be like, really? Because I think I'm going to put the sunroof down. Bitch. Go to GNC and get some garlic. I'll tell you what's not romantic. I dated this guy once and I have nothing happening up here. Nothing. Water bra. But I was dating this, it's not funny. So I dated this guy and we're like getting it on or whatever. And he goes like this to my boob. He goes, it's not a light switch. What are you guys doing? Stop trying to jazz hands my boob right now. Another thing that's not romantic is, guys, take notes. Make you. Stop it right now. Ladies, every now and then you should watch porn because you'll see where your boyfriend's getting all those stupid ideas. But for the most part, it's very confusing to someone like me because like the women in porn, all they do is like scream like really loud. They scream like crazy, and I guess guys think that's sexy, but I'm not like that at all in the bedroom. I like to keep a very low profile. I will occasionally whisper encouraging things. You know? Good job. Right? Awesome. Wrong hole.
I decided I'm officially sick of dating guys who are commitment phobic. I'm sick of that shit, you know? So I decided from now on, I'm only gonna date married guys. No, I did date a married guy recently. But like whatever, I didn't feel so bad about it, you know? Because he was Mormon. Whatever. After we slept together, he was like, I feel so guilty, I just cheated on 3 wives. I was like, what about me, dude? I have to live with the guilt of just having given 4 people herpes. Selfish. No, we use protection, calm down. I don't understand what's going on in the world of condoms, though. I don't understand it. Maybe I'm too old for this. But I was with a guy recently who wore a glow-in-the-dark condom. I was like, what is this, a rave? I really don't need a lightsaber coming in my face. In the dark, okay? In the bedroom, I don't need the Force to be with me. No. I was with a guy once who wore a camouflage pattern condom. I was like, no. Nope, you might want to just take that off. I'm already having a hard enough time finding that thing as it is. That guy needed the glow-in-the-dark condom. And flavored condoms. What is that? What is that, like bait for fat chicks? I don't know. Like, if I was a guy, I really don't think I want a woman thinking my cock might be food. No. It would backfire. And you can't have sex with a flavored condom, right? Like, my vagina doesn't have taste buds in it. Does it? That'd be amazing. Taste buds in there. Just have sex with Mounds bars all day.